saying for the press conference. In case you're wondering why we're putting our clothes back on, it's 500. We really wanted you to mistake it for 50, right? So yeah, I think both Kuzafo, certainly Anthony, you've seen the videos. We're certainly very happy to be here. I think both the speakers talked about a very symbiotic partnership. And when they placed us on different parts of the stage just now, we said this was not quite right, so we've come together. I think Anthony is the president and CEO of GCash, Kim also from GCash, and Vijay, certainly CIMB Philippines Chief Executive. I have accountability for ventures across the group. So I guess happy to take all the questions or whichever questions that you may have, and I guess we can open the floor to the video. Hi, over here.
Lawrence from Business Mirror. Earlier, Aziz said that CIMB will introduce more services in GCash, the GCash platform. Can you expand on that? What other services would be introduced in GCash, and when will these services be available to the customers? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. So we are looking at a few things. As you know, in the financial services spectrum, we start with savings, then there's credits, there's protection, so a few different areas we're looking at. You will see a few things coming very soon, hopefully in the next 60-90 days. We'll introduce more products and more services, but stay tuned. More services will be coming very soon, so just keep a lookout for that.
But GCash already offers G credit and insurance. So wouldn't that be a cannibalization of services?
Maybe I can take that. Ultimately, GCash sees itself as a financial services platform. So you will notice that beyond all of the payment use cases that I talked about, we will increasingly have more financial services provided by others through our platform. So it doesn't necessarily cannibalize what exists today. It just opens up more variants. G-Credit is just one way of enabling credit extension, which is at this point purely for QR payments and bill payments, and it is for a limited period. It is for exactly what I described earlier, which is when you fall short between income cycles. So that's just one form of credit extension. You can imagine that there are a wide variety of just credit products, but beyond that as well, even in the sphere of insurance or investments, you can have a multitude of products, and this can be all delivered through the platform on behalf of our partners.
Another question for me. It says here in your PR that CIMB Bank Philippines and GCash will offer the GSave bank account exclusively on the GCash platform. Is it offered anywhere else?
So that's exactly right. For GSave, it's offered exclusively only on the GCash app. So it's not offered anywhere else. It's really a product that we co-created together with GCash, specifically for GCash wallet customers.
Hello, sir. Ted from GMA News Online. Sir, now you have 500,000 customers. What is now your new target for the rest of the year? Are you positive you can hit 1 million?
It's a hard question, so you're asking me to answer it. No, I think what we do is we hope to continue with the traction that we have today, right? I think that the run rates have been good. Certainly, the companies are ambitious, so we just want to keep the traction going, and then maybe in December you'll hear a new number from us.
Yeah, so I think the 500,000 milestone in the span of 6 months is really something like it's a huge deal. And for us, like even if this is a huge number, we think that this is actually just start. This is just the forefront of what we can do. There's a story behind the 500,000, and we believe that we are really solving clear pain points for the customers, which was actually mentioned a while ago, right? So because this product is very revolutionary in terms of the interest rate, in terms of no maintaining balance, which are like real pain points of the users, we think that more and more Filipinos will really love this product. So definitely 500,000, it's a huge number, it's a good milestone, but we're just starting.
Elizabeth Ismael from Manila Times. So given that, do you think you can hit the 1 million mark or even surpass that number by end 2019?
If you ask, I think numbers are important, but only so much. For sure, we have ambition to continue to grow at this pace, but the gap in the Philippines is far larger than this. So I think we can far exceed 1 million, and that's our ambition. And it's not only about opening accounts; it's about really adding value. And an indicator to us of that value being added is when people increase the amounts that they save and therefore grow their wealth. So it's not only stopping at account opening and reaching millions of consumers, but it's also whether we can encourage them to save more, whether we can create that rewarding experience and continue to make it easy to do so.
Is this service an exclusive partnership with GCash, or are you also in talks with other mobile wallets?
So this service again is exclusive with GCash. So GSave is exclusively only offered to the GCash mobile platform. So it's exclusive.
Hi, Florence from Manila Life. I'd just like to ask because first, initially actually I'm a CIMB customer. I already have my account with CIMB, but I already have my account with CIMB, and I'm also planning to open up a GSave account. Does that mean that they have to be linked, or are they two separate accounts?
So I'll take that. So it's two separate accounts, but you can choose to link it if you want to do so. So the preference is up to you. We kind of believe that the choice is in your hands, and you decide how you want to use these two accounts, whether together or separately.
Follow-up question. Since there's also a card for CIMB, can that be linked with the GCash app, since you have your own GCash card?
I'll take that. So the initial conceptualization of this concept was we want to make sure that the GCash app, where the savings account is created and where the account is open, resides, and you use the GCash features to do your payments, do your withdrawal. So we want to be the bank to help you save, and for you to use the funds in the GCash app, we will then work with GCash to enable you to withdraw your funds, to use your funds to pay, top up, do bill payments. That's kind of how we envisage the co-creation of this product.
I'll just add to that. So the funds in the GCash wallet per se, that is what you can access through your GCash ATM card. But then you move money into the savings account and seamlessly move it back and forth. That savings account is really the CIMB savings account, or GSave as we call it. Does that help with the clarity?
Here, Edsel from Titus Tanghali. Sir, I'd just like to ask if, because you have a partnership now with CIMB Bank, can I also open a can I look at my CIMB account through GCash?
At this point, you can look at the GSave account through GCash. That is a CIMB account, but I think it's linked to the earlier question. If you have a separate CIMB account, then that's visible through the CIMB app.
Is there a limit to how much I can transact through GCash savings with in connection with your partnership with CIMB?
So at this point, again, we have certain wallet limits, as you know, which are incoming. So that those limits, in fact, we are in discussions to increase where relevant. because the central bank is also heavily in favor of creating facilities where you can save. So at this point, 100,000 incoming for a regular GCash account is still in place. However, the savings account doesn't need to have that limitation.
Sir, one last question. Since we're talking about opening savings account, does the transaction include dollar account?
No, today it's only on peso. It's peso denominated.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon over here. Hello. Here. Hi. So we know that the shared mission of CIMB and Mint was to increase the accessibility of financial products and services to Filipinos. But how do you envision Filipinos to change their behavior when it comes to their finances?
That's a great question, and that's what we spend most of our waking hours trying to work on. And our belief is that the easier you make it and the more rewarding you make it, it will start like any process of adoption where there will be those who lead the movement and then it spreads organically. But habit is very difficult to change. So when you're in a consumption pattern, can we make it so seamless and so easy to just move money, no matter how small, into this account? Can we make it so easy to open it? Can we make it so easy to fund it? And then with all of that, can we also make it rewarding enough? Because that's the reason why people like to just hold on to cash today, because it just takes an effort. And the effort is not seen as commensurate with the benefit. So that's the part that we've been trying to chip away at every stage, whether it's opening the account or funding the account, or not keeping a minimum balance, taking away fees, giving you a great interest rate, and then hoping that people who are progressive will start seeing the benefits of saving, will talk to their friends and family, and this spreads as a movement.
Right, thank you.
And I think just to add to what Anthony said is I think it's also the concept of really delivering absolute value into the consumer, right? And through that create habits, through that create ease. And I think a lot of what our companies have been working on is really about falling in love with the problem, right? And I think Anthony talked to that, which is hopefully when we get to a certain level where if you look at countries like China where e-wallet and e-money penetrations are so high, it becomes just a way of life. And I think that's how we're trying to deliver it through the solutions here.
So to add also, I think the beauty of the product is really the fact that they have no maintaining balance, right? And I can't emphasize this further that the truth is, this specific feature of the product is something that will change the game for a majority of the Filipinos. So there's this stigma, there's this status quo that people think, or Filipinos think, that I have to have 5,000 peso or 3,000 peso to get started in savings journey. But now, giving this kind of product, given GSave without no maintaining balance or no initial deposit, it changes the game. It says to the Filipinos that even if you only have a peso, you have only a 5 peso or 20 peso to set aside every day, you can start. And our belief is habits, it doesn't have to start with million or 500,000 peso and whatnot, right? It can start every day with single centavo, with single peso. And for us, this is the beauty of this innovation. We think that this is just a start and this will change the game for a lot of Filipinos.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Ron, I'm the right side. I'm from Orcatong, Pinay. First of all, I'd like to say it's a very good product because it helps a lot of the freelancers.
Thank you.
A lot of the freelancers can't get bank accounts in regular banks because they look for a lot of stuff. So, and GCash for good. For CIMB, 2 questions valuable. First, when or have you already lifted the restriction of using the card? Because I tried. Hello, I have a CIMB account already, way back. I can't use the card for any online transactions. I tried it a couple of months ago, and one of your CS staff told me that it's not yet available. So is there any plans of removing that? And secondly, is there a way for a depositor like me, if I have an account with the regular channel via the Octo app or through GCash, is it possible for me to get a bank statement or a bank certification Because when you apply for visas outside or anything else, people ask for your bank certification and things like that. Is it possible on the side of CIMB?
Thank you for the question. So the first question around using the card for e-commerce, today you can do it. You can transact using your card for e-commerce platform, that's available. The second question around getting a bank statement or documentation for visa purposes, that's something we're doing, it's the pipeline, so you should look out for it. We'll be announcing it to our customers soon. We're working on that. So keep a lookout, it should be coming in the near future. But e-commerce, you can use your account to transact online.
Hi, good morning. I'm Bruce Rodriguez from